Our intense heat wave continues for today all the way through Wednesday. I'll show you just how hot it will feel through the day today.
And staying safe in that heat. Hospitals in our area are treating people for heat-related illnesses. Who's most vulnerable and the signs to watch out for?
Awaiting word from Cooper. The former North Carolina governor is expected to launch his campaign for U.S. Senate any day now. We'll talk about his possible candidacy and what could be the next chapter of his long political career. Here we are entering another chapter of heat. It feels like a very long saga, doesn't it? Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. Great to have you with us on this Monday. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, we have read you that book before.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no question about it. And still amazing. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Look at these temperatures.
Yeah, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 90s to around 100. We average, and you wouldn't even believe this, right? We average 100-degree day per year. And this year certainly has not been average, that's for sure. So, and another extreme heat warning in effect for us for today. Tomorrow is going to be a heat advisory, but most of us are going to feel like 110 to 115, around 110 in the triangle up to 115 down to the south. It's a pretty start out there this morning. This is a look at our live Garner Tower. We did have some thunderstorms overnight last night, some severe storms in some of our western counties. We'll talk more about that. A little bit of low-lying fog there off in the distance as we take a look toward Garner. 77 with a dew point of 74. And that dew point is the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. 74 is high, so it's really muggy, and your body just can't cool itself very well when we have so much moisture in the atmosphere. So it'll feel like 108 to 111 this afternoon in the triangle. Could be feeling more like 115 down around Fayetteville. We do have another small chance for storms later on today, around 5 to 7. It goes up to about 30%, but we don't have the same severe threat that we did yesterday. Actual high this afternoon around 98. We have 3 days in a row with temperatures in the upper 90s, but a break by the weekend. I'll show you that coming up. Chris?
Yeah, time coming up is 6:01 here in the WRAL Traffic Center. Good morning, I'm Chris Levingood, and showing you what the map looks like right now. I mean, I'm not seeing any crash icons, no slowdowns, which is obviously a good thing for us. In terms of how it looks out on the road for a visual look, I-40 at Wade Avenue, seeing a lot more traffic out there. So again, people are beginning their Monday morning commutes there. Just a reminder, should we see any crash icons or any slowdowns that you should know about, make sure to tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Chris, thank you. As triple-digit temperatures kick off our week, hospitals in our area are seeing an uptick in heat-related illnesses. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at UNC Rex this morning to explain what you should watch for if you are spending some time outside today. Kelsey.
Yesterday, we spoke with the head of the emergency department here at UNC Rex about how heat can impact your health. Heat is the #1 weather-related killer in the country. Now, Elizabeth just told us that the heat index could reach 115 degrees today. We're just a few hours away from another extreme heat warning going into effect. You have to protect yourself from these dangerously high temperatures. Here are some of the signs of heat stroke: confusion, dizziness, and passing out. So if you or someone you love is experiencing any of those symptoms, call 911. Dr. Ryan Lamb with UNC Rex says older adults can be more at risk for heat stroke. Here's why.
As people get older in particular, our ability to cool itself, our body's ability, doesn't work as well. It's a very complex interaction between your nerves, your blood vessels, your muscle, your breathing, and all the flow of your blood.
Children and people who have pre-existing conditions like diabetes and COPD are also more at risk for these heat-related illnesses. Dr. Lamb says that the most cases that they see with heat-related illnesses are with people who have those pre-existing conditions. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News. I'm in Raleigh.
You can track the heat wave with the newly redesigned WRAL weather app. It is free to download from your phone's app store. Make sure to turn on push notifications so you can get important weather alerts sent right to your home screen. Power is now back on for hundreds of people who lost it during overnight storms in Johnson County. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was in the area of Polenta and Raleigh roads, southwest of Clayton. A traffic light was out there. Linemen say a tree limb fell and damaged a power line. Crews were able to get power restored just after 5 o'clock this morning.
A lot of attention on former North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper as the Democrat is expected to officially announce his bid for the U.S. Senate as early as today. Cooper strongly hinted at the announcement Saturday during a Democratic fundraising dinner. During that dinner, he took swipes at Washington Republicans and elements of President Trump's agenda. The Republican Party responded, calling Cooper elitist and a career politician. WRAL state government editor Jack Hagel says this is the Democrats' best chance at winning a U.S. Senate seat since 2008.
Cooper's undefeated in statewide races. Remember, he was a two-term governor before that, attorney general, and then before that, he served in the state legislature. So here's a guy who knows how to fundraise, knows how to campaign, and also remain popular in a purple state.
And Cooper's expected to run for the seat being vacated by Republican Tom Tillis. Tillis announced in June he would not run for re-election. WRAL is following the latest in this pivotal 2026 race in North Carolina. We'll have the latest on Cooper's pending announcement on our evening news 4 to 7:30 tonight.
Lawmakers in Raleigh are bracing for a veto showdown as both the State House and Senate are expected to return to session this week. Republicans in both chambers are looking to override at least some of Governor Josh Stein's vetoes. Stein has vetoed 14 bills while in office. Those bills include efforts by Republicans to loosen gun laws, ban DEI in schools and state agencies, and require city, county, and state government officials to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement efforts. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie says the votes on bills like DEI will not only be a test for Republicans, but Democrats as well.
A lot of these passed on very strict party lines. Those are the ones that House Democrats could block an override of if they all stick together. But some other of these bills got some Democratic votes. So it's going to be a question of whether or not Democrats are willing to come back to the party to uphold the governor's veto, or whether they're going to go with the Republican majority and pass the bill again.
Republicans will need the support of at least one Democrat in the House to override any of Stein's vetoes. Votes are expected tomorrow.
A state trooper has serious injuries after Highway Patrol says a man intentionally slammed his car into the trooper's SUV during a high-speed chase. This happened Friday night in Davie County. Highway Patrol says 26-year-old Luis Almanza led troopers on a chase on I-40 that topped out at speeds of 140 miles per hour. Highway Patrol says Almanza swerved and slammed into a trooper's SUV that was parked in the median. The SUV flipped over. North Carolina Sheriff Police Alliance identified the trooper as Houston Holcomb. Almanza faces several felony charges.
This morning, we're getting a new look at a business that was hit during a string of break-ins. The thief was inside for just seconds, and the break-in caused hundreds of dollars in damage, and the thief made off with thousands of dollars of equipment. Listen to this. This all happened at Yours Durham. That's a film camera shop and studio on North Gregson Street. The shop's owner says it happened early Friday morning. He thought it was an isolated incident until he saw more video showing a string of similar break-ins in downtown Durham.
This is not a sophisticated job. It's someone who needs help. So with all of this, I'm confident that they'll end up catching this person.
Durham police have not confirmed if this incident is connected to recent break-ins at Luella Wine, Beer and Beverage and the Durham Beer Garden. So far, no arrests have been made.
6:08 right now, deadly crash. A teen was killed and 2 more were hurt in Wake County. A neighbor's concerns about road safety in that area.
And Trump trade deal. We break down the numbers on a new deal announced with the EU as the president prepares for more negotiations today.
And our hour-by-hour heat index brings us into the triple digits by 11 a.m. I'll show you how many more days in a row we'll have this dangerous heat.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6 Fox 11. It's a pretty start out there right now. Take a live look at Wilson, Durham, and Fayetteville. Pretty sunrise in place all across our area, but it's already warm and very muggy. 74 in Wilson, 77 Durham, and 76 degrees in Fayetteville. Our hour-by-hour heat index climbs really fast. By between 10 and 11 o'clock, we're already going to be seeing a heat index in the triple digits. It'll climb up to around 110 to a 111 in the triangle. Could be even higher than that down farther to the south. Looking at our temperatures, really not dropping out of the triple digits in terms of the heat index until around 8 p.m. So it's just another one of those days you want to take it easy and stay inside. A small chance for thunderstorms today. We did have several of those overnight last night. Some of those were severe. We don't have a level 1 or 2 risk for severe storms today, so we should have just a few pop-up cells. Kids at summer camp, hopefully we'll get a chance to spend some time in the pool today with that high of 98.
Elizabeth, I'm keeping my eye on the traffic situation there, and I put an asterisk next to the word situation because really it's pretty quiet outside for the most part there. No slowdowns that I'm seeing. I even zoomed in the map a little bit to see if there was maybe a red mark that I maybe hadn't seen at the wider view there. But yeah, it's looking pretty clear for the most part. Things are heating up though on I-40 at Wade Avenue as we're seeing a lot more traffic as we are in the 6 o'clock hours. People are beginning their morning commute. I'll keep my eye on the map to see if there are any kind of crash icons that may come up here in the next couple of minutes. But in the meantime, should there become an update that you need to know about, I'll be sure to update you on the radio 101.5 HD3.
Chris, thank you. A teen is dead and 2 others are hurt after a crash in Wake County. It happened on Chalk Road near Hidden Nook Lane early Saturday morning. That's near Wake Forest. The driver, 17-year-old Jackson Brookhart, was killed. Troopers tell us 18-year-old Reese Campbell of Greenville was in the front seat. Another 17-year-old was in the back. They were both taken to the hospital. A neighbor we spoke with says he was not surprised when he found out where the crash was.
As soon as they said what happened, I knew exactly where, because I know it's a dangerous curve in the road here. If they have no idea how the road, goes, they lose control of their vehicle, I would imagine.
Highway Patrol did say speeding was a factor in this crash.
Today, President Donald Trump is expected to hold a bilateral meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He's also expected to hold trade talks with China. The president announced the framework for a trade deal with the European Union yesterday in Scotland. Trump says the EU is going to purchase $750 billion worth of energy and invest an additional $600 billion in the U.S. This comes ahead of Friday's deadline to avoid 30% tariffs on European imports.
A man is dead after an hours-long standoff in Knightdale. Police say they were called to a home in the Planters Walk subdivision yesterday around 9 in the morning for a welfare check of a suicidal man. When officers got there, that man ran into the home. Officers did evacuate several nearby homes, and they called in a Wake County Special Response Team as well as negotiators. After several hours, they went into the home and found the man dead. Police say he had taken his own life. No one else was hurt during the standoff.
Some scary moments for people on an American Airlines flight out of Denver. They were forced to use the slides to get off the plane right on the runway. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us now with details of this frightening situation here, Laura.
Jeff, good morning. We're talking about terror on the runway at the Denver International Airport. Video shows fire and smoke billowing from under this American Airlines plane. Take a look here. We know 173 passengers and 6 crew members on board were forced to evacuate using the aircraft's emergency slides on Saturday. You can see as one passenger falls, another man with luggage in hand appearing to slip with a child, all as alarms blare on the runway. Another video captured what appears to be a tire coming apart from that plane and rolling away. Flight 3023 was scheduled to depart from Denver, heading to Miami. The airline now saying that the combination of blown tires and the deceleration of the aircraft resulted in a minor isolated brake fire. One passenger describes the moment that things got real.
Well, when I heard the boom, I knew something was wrong. It was a loud noise from under a plane. I knew something serious just happened.
Something very serious. So now American Airlines says one passenger was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The FAA is investigating. Jeff?
Oh, that is amazing stuff. Laura, thank you. We are learning new information about the 6 people killed in a Charlotte crash over the weekend. Several were children. A 16-year-old boy was driving an SUV that crashed into a van on I-485 and was killed. 2 adults and 3 children ages 8, 3, and 1 were also in the van, and all 5 died. A 16-year-old girl was in that van. She was hurt, but is expected to recover. The SUV and van both crashed into a tractor trailer, and that truck driver was not hurt.
One person is dead, 3 others are hurt after a Family Dollar store in Kansas City partially collapsed. Part of the roof and facade of the building collapsed yesterday afternoon. Authorities say the victims were outside the building. 2 of the people injured were treated and released. A 3rd person was seriously hurt. There is no word yet on what caused the collapse.
A man is facing possible terrorism charges after 11 people were stabbed at a Walmart in Michigan. This happened over the weekend in Traverse City. Deputies say 42-year-old Bradford Gill was stopped after at least one person confronted him with a gun.
For all of those people that were involved, first of all, I commend them. It's not very often that we have citizens that are willing to step up and take action.
The motive behind the stabbings is unclear right now. Law enforcement says Gill has a prior history of assault. Medical officials say at least one person has been released from the hospital after that stabbing. Others are still recovering from serious injuries.
Our state is not the only part of the country dealing with this intense heat. Tampa, Florida made history by hitting triple-digit temperatures for the first time in 135 years of recorded weather history. The previous record was 99 degrees in June of 2020. The Weather Service says Tampa does not usually get this hot because of sea breeze and high winds.
Our feels like if it were 99 would feel like a break in what's happening here. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Triple digits once again on the way.
Yeah, our temperature in the upper 90s. It's going to feel like 110 to 115 across our area this afternoon. It's a nice start out this morning. It's pretty at RDU. You can see this pretty sunrise. We did have some evening thunderstorms, mainly in our western counties. You can see that has dissipated. We have a lingering trough, and that acts very much like a weak cold front. That will stay mostly to our east today. We're going to see some thunderstorms developing closer to the coast, and we could see a few of those around here, but it's less likely that we'll have the severe storms that we saw yesterday. Here's why we're seeing the hot temperatures. A big area of high pressure continues to sit across the south. High pressure systems have sinking air. That sinking air compresses and warms and really heats things up. And this is a fairly strong high pressure system. Highs will be 96 to 100 over the next 3 or 4 days. And then after that, we get a little bit of a break as that high moves away from us. We do have heat warnings in effect for almost the entire viewing area there in pink, up to 115 and then up to 108 there for the heat advisory in our northern counties. We're going to see a heat advisory for tomorrow across the viewing area, so it'll feel more like up to 108. But again, today between 110 and 115 across the area. We do have the chance of a late day thunderstorm, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Here's a look at Futurecast. It's not likely that we'll have that same severe threat that we saw yesterday. Yesterday we had some trees down across Lee County, Orange County, back down into Moore County. That's where we had some damage and some power outages. As we take it through the afternoon, you can see at 3 o'clock, a few isolated cells begin to pop up. That continues sort of on and off all the way through the evening. There's 8 p.m. But once we get to 9 or 10, all of that begins to dissipate. We start to change the pattern by the end of the week. By Friday, we're going to see a real cold front that starts to sag southward and stall across our area. That means higher rain chances on Thursday and Friday, and eventually a nice drop in our temperature. Looking at August 2nd through the 6th with below average temperatures, that's going to feel great. What will it look like? Like this: 86 Friday, 84 on Saturday, and 85 on Sunday, with a decreasing chance of rain over the weekend. That weekend looks nicer than any weekend that I've seen in quite a while, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Elizabeth, and good morning to you at home. Your time is 6:20 as we're looking at our map here in the WRAL Traffic Center, and it looks like for the most part things are clear. I've been trying to go at different points of the map to see if there's some kind of slowdown, but as I'm looking here near Wendell, it looks like there's something going on the map there, so I'm going to try to get you that update here in just a little bit. Otherwise, as people are out on the road, 440, I should say, at New Bern Avenue, plenty of cars out there as people are beginning their morning commutes, and sort of the same situation on I-540 at Aviation Parkway near RDU. Again, cars getting going there, but no crash icons that I've seen on the map. I'll go see if I can get more information regarding that little slowdown that's happening near Wendell here on WRAL News.
Chris, thank you. Baby sleeper concerns. A bassinet still being sold despite testing that shows it could be dangerous. 5 on your side shows you the problem and the company's response.
Also struck by lightning while inside a home. A Wake County man shares his story as a reminder of the threat summer storms can pose.
If you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures you want to share, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Cookie Monster takes a bite out of NASCAR, and Keanu Reeves' heavenly role.
Let's take a look at what is trending here on our Monday morning, getting things started with the beloved Sesame Street character, Cookie Monster. Made an appearance at the Brickyard 400 as the Grand Marshal. Cookie Monster said the opportunity to be part of the race in Indianapolis was the thrill of a lifetime.
So Bubba Wallace won the race, but Cookie Monster, boy, was having a blast. Part of Sesame Street's Road Trip Across America campaign to bring communities together. And that road trip will go to different stadiums throughout the U.S. And they will be making a stop August 17th with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. So be sure to catch them there.
Bringing those communities together. Nice.
Keanu Reeves has been a time traveler, and he's been an action hero. Now he's taken on the role of an angel. A new trailer for the comedy Good Fortune is out now, and Reeves plays a guardian angel whose mission goes sideways. The movie hits theaters October 17th.
Yeah, touted as a well-meaning but inept angel.
Seth Rogen in there, too.
I saw Seth Rogen right there, co-star in it, yeah.
Okay.
Should be fun.
Yeah, no audio, and I'm already laughing. All right.
Exactly, it is a comedy. A Wake County church congregation is helping community members in need. Lord of Life Lutheran Church in Garner had a Feed the Need event yesterday. Members went on a grocery store shopping spree to buy food for the Food Pantry of Hope.
Consider this part of worship. It's important because as church, we are not called to just sit in church for an hour on Sunday morning and feel good. Church is something that happens in the community. Church is making the world a better place to live. Church is loving God and loving neighbor.
Yesterday's service at Lord of Life Lutheran Church was shortened and focused on the miracle of the loaves and fishes in the New Testament. And after the service, each family was given $10 to buy things that are needed for the food pantry. And heat-related illnesses, Elizabeth.
Yeah, so we do have heat alerts for today. Heat warning, it's going to feel like 110 to 115 across most of the viewing area. I'll show you when we finally get a break from the heat.
And we'll also show you what hospitals are doing to deal with the heat, folks during this heat wave, what you should be looking out for the symptoms if you're out in these scorching temperatures.
And Chantal recovery. Some state parks prepare to reopen after flooding left behind damage earlier this month. We'll tell you why some reopenings will have to wait.
Also, here are your winning NC Education lottery numbers on your screen right now. We'll be right back.